Hi, my name is Phillip Lanos, and I've partnered with the Strategic Advisor Board to bring you a series of videos that's going to help you get your personal brand where you want it to be. I'm the founder and owner of a company by the name of Own the Rhythm, which focuses on personal branding and content strategy. It's important that you watch these videos in order. Unless I tell you otherwise, they build on themselves. So today we're going to talk about Explore Phase. Now this is the part of personal brand design that really gets things off the ground for you, right? Now, I hope you don't mind I'm using my iPad to go ahead and walk you through this. I know it all here, but I need my little prompts. So that's okay. I want to do my job better. This is one of the ways to do that, which is the core and fundamental principle of personal brand design. In service to others in the business to business world, it's all about how can I do my job and then how can I do my job better? And that involves the who, right? So, personal brand goals. Essentially, you have to know why it is you want your personal brand to exist at all, right? So let's take a look at this. There's a core message that needs to be developed. To this target audience, this is what my company does. And the reason why you should believe me is because I've done this, this, and this. Therefore, my ultimate goal is to be able to help you achieve X, Y, Z. And I can do that through these channels, right? Something along those lines, but very, very, very specific. So we're going to fill in all these blanks. And the first thing we have to understand about you is what you're passionate about. Ultimately, we need to know that. What are you most passionate about in business? What are you most passionate about as an individual? How can you get those things to come together? For example, I am passionate about music, acting, performance, communication, both in my personal and professional life, right? So let's take that example. Now, what personal stories do I have that speak to this passion? I, for one, have written a book that is supposed to help people who are younger bridge that age gap. It's called Pushing Past the Norm, and it's on Amazon, what have you. Point is, it's about communicating to someone to tap into their deeper potentials so that they can then go and do better work in the world. And that makes the world a better place through performance, through communication. It talks about my time as a musician when I was on Telemundo, right? And the lessons I learned there, or as an actor on MTV and Telemundo, and things of that nature, and Univision, all that. All of those, I have those stories. I can use them to articulate and lend weight to my ability to communicate and be in the public eye, right? So those are some stories that I have. So what personal stories do you have? Let's quickly review. What are you passionate about? And what personal stories do you have that should make people believe that this is why you're in this space? You have personal firsthand experience with this work. This is, even if it's a tragic story of how much money you spent on countless agencies, whether it's marketing or PR, and what they couldn't do for you, and that's why you decided to start your own. That works. It works. Now, what gives you credibility? Just because you spent all that money and then decided to start your own doesn't make you credible, right? Just because I went out there and spoke and was on TV doesn't necessarily make me credible in the business world, does it? But I've actually interviewed over 2,000 now CEOs, venture capitalists, and entrepreneurs, have understood their problems and have really gotten a firsthand look at their worst nightmares and their highest points in life. That gives me a lot to work with. And because I have such a great relationship with the majority of them, not that I have a bad relationship with any, I just didn't get close to over 2,000 people. That's near impossible. Look at Dunbar's number and you'll see it's only about 160 you could really connect with, which is why even 160 followers is a big deal. So, coming back to it, what gives you credibility? That's a very important question to ask yourself. If you spent all that money on those PR agencies and marketing agencies, that's like the lowest hanging fruit for someone in business. So that's why I'm using that. Then what makes you credible? Well, then you decided to go out and try some of the tactics that you've thought about doing yourself that you couldn't get the PR agencies or the marketing agencies to do, and you actually found success. In fact, you were able to secure at least 10 highly qualified placements. You see how now that gives you the credibility you need. There you go, right? And then the end goal is being able to define the target audience with their demographics and psychographics. And that's the next phase. But before you do that, we've only been able to do the first half of developing your core message. Next, we want to talk about what problem in your life what problem in life in general, pardon me, I read my note wrong. What problem in life in general, whether it's professional, personal, will the work that you're going to do help solve? Can you clearly say that? It's not just about, well, this is what I'm passionate about and this is why you should believe me. But what problem is it going to be solving for people? Say that specifically. If you're talking about the agency thing, if you take that same example, right? Then what you're doing is you're helping people get seen in a way that works, in a way you can guarantee, in a way that is promised, as much as you can promise in business, right? You're helping people get the attention and the placement they need to get in front of the right people. That's the problem you're solving. Cutting through the clutter, cutting through the noise, finding their positioning, all of that, right? That's as simple as that. We can go deeper, but for now, let's start there. Now, there are external problems that people who want to be seen are facing, right? Social media and advertising only goes so far. Even Google advertising only goes so far. Those are external problems. How do you and what you offer get around that, right? There's internal problems. Do they have the confidence in their own passion, in their own experience? Are they suffering from imposter syndrome? The list goes on. You need to be able to map these out. Then we're talking about philosophical problems. Do they believe in being able to be out in the public to begin with, whether they have the confidence or not? Some people just don't believe in selling themselves or in selling in general, right? Do they have certain views of the world as a whole that keep them from being able to achieve their highest potential? Talk about your clients, your customers, right? Let's say, for example, I help business owners, but they don't necessarily believe in, let's say, operating at a loss in business, right? Now, that is a philosophical business perspective, right? No one should operate at a loss in business, what's called a loss leader. That's just the way I run my business. It has to be able to deliver profit right away, which is a really bad philosophy to have if you're working with a marketing agency that generally needs about 90 days of data before they can actually give you highly targeted ads. I know because I used to work in the digital marketing and advertising space. So it's important that you understand the philosophical problems that they may be facing, believe, because all that develops a psychographic, not just a demographic, right? So external problems, internal problems, general philosophical problems. All of this combined with what you're passionate about and what your experience has been that allows for you to be someone that can speak on this, and what gives you the credibility, what successes you've had, all that starts to shape your core message in this explore phase. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the design phase in the next video. I hope you like this. Make sure to like, subscribe, stay in touch, leave some comments below with anything I might have missed that you're still curious about in this first video. Otherwise, tune into the next video and make sure to follow Strategic Advisor Board and me anywhere on social media at Phillip Lanos. That's PhillipLanos. You can even go to PhillipLanos.com if you want to be in touch with me already. Either way, I think this is a great start to getting your personal brand out there in the way that you want it to be. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate that. There should be a place below where you can leave a comment. Feel free to comment whatever you want on whether or not I left something out or you have more questions about something. That being said, there should also be links in the description that should put you in touch with either the Strategic Advisor Board with what they're doing or with myself. If there isn't a link for me for whatever reason, go to PhillipLanos.com. That's Phillip with two L's, PhillipLanos.com. And there should be some way to get a hold of me through the contact form. I also have my social media links on there. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you.